That's so much cleaner. Sometimes simpler is best. What's up, everybody? Stephen Feifke here. I'm just in the middle of this arrangement of Happy Birthday at the moment in the New Orleans style. So I just wanted to kind of finish it out. And I'm going to share my screen. I'm just going to dive into it right away today because honestly, why not? All right, so let me just make myself a little bit bigger on this screen. There I am. What's up? You can see me on the top right-hand corner. As you can see here, I've already got the trumpet line in and the bass line in the bass trombone. Now we're doing this in the NOLA style. All right, so I've got this New Orleans bass line playing in the bass trombone because this is ultimately for a jazz big band. So in New Orleans, I'd probably be using like a tuba or something like that. But for this in the big band, we're not going to assume that the bass trombonist is going to bring the tuba double. So I'm going to just write it in the bass trombone clef staff. And for now, just check this out. Here's what I've got so far. And this is in concert score at the moment. All right, so what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be harmonizing this for the ensemble. And I might change the melody a little bit just to make it a little bit more, I don't want to say exciting or interesting, but a little bit more interpreted, let's say. Okay, so I'm going to start with the trombones here, and I'm just going to kind of go off of this bass line here. And these voicings that I'm using are like pretty crunchy, but they're also like pretty normal. There's nothing like too crazy about them. So one beat beep doo dee beat dee dee, something like that, I think is what I'm hearing. So that sounds like a short note on quarter note two, like that. Boom. Birth, birthed, happy. Boom. Boom. Beep baby doo dee 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 dee. Something like that. This is nice and easy. And I'm just gonna be putting this stuff in here like, nice and single note lines because it's really easy to harmonize this in Sibelius. So I'm just gonna hold shift and press 4. And that's gonna harmonize it down a fourth. You need to flat that. And that's gonna be basically my first voicing is my F7 voicing. So I'm gonna do all the A flats first, like this, like this. That way I don't have to like keep doing all like the flats, etc. Oh, I love that sound. Now, I'm just going to keep this all parallel. So when I move that note kind of down, like in order to harmonize it, it's a half step below the melody. I'm just going to harmonize it literally half step below in the same manner. Okay, so E flat would go to D, A natural would go to A flat like this. And I'm just going to click this and copy paste like this because it's the same note length. And I'm going to add a little dynamic marking here. Um, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to explode this. So I'll select that. I cut it. So Command X on a Mac. On a PC, I just use, Control X, cut. Command X from that first staff. And then I'm going to select the target staffs. It's 3 of them. Go over to note input, hit explode. Voila. Now check this out. Now, that's kind of crunchy. It's maybe even a little bit crunchier than I want, especially because I've got that D natural in there. So what I might do is I might just move this down actually by a tritone so that I basically reverse the place of the guide tone. So check this out. All I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Shift T. It'll bring up this transpose dialog, transpose by interval down. I'm going to do an augmented fourth, I believe. Yeah. Now you'll see all these like double sharps, double flats. Maybe it'll be better actually if I do a diminished fifth. So let's check that out. See what that changes. Did I do something wrong? Oh, yeah, fifth, sixth. Let's do fifth. Cool. I'm still not perfect, so I'm gonna have to change some of these around. I'm just gonna select all the ones that I want to change. So easy. Check this out. I'm gonna select the sharp. That's a G sharp because of the way that it ties over. And I'm gonna hit enter or return on my keyboard. You see how it just changes the spelling? I missed one right there. There we go. Voila. Look at that. So amazing. Now check this out. Let's see if it sounds crunchy, but still not out, if that makes sense. Yeah. Let's see how it sounds with the melody. Honestly, a little bit too crunchy for my taste. Boom, do B. So let's try having not the D flat. Let's just try having D like this. Let's change it slightly. And editing is a part of the writing process for sure, by the way. I don't need these extra accidentals though. So I'm just gonna remove them like this. No, that should be flat. That should be flat. D. One, two, three, and four, and one, and two, three. This goes here. Make it short. This one goes here. Keep it short. Nice. That's a little bit cleaner, don't you think? Boo, boo, be. And maybe I'll, as I said, I'm going to interpret this a little bit more. Be one. Boo, da, like this. Da. Now you've got to be super nerdy to be into this as I am. And you know what? I don't think that's a bad thing. This is what I do for my work, for my life. I love writing music and I love finding these little intricate details that make the world of a difference. Check this out, what I just did. Pretty cool, right? Boo da da. Now I'll add a little dynamic marking forte piano. I'll do a little fall into this one. I think it's called a doit in Sibelius, actually a plop. Okay. Yo, we da. Do scoop into this, but we da. Did it da do da. One did it ba do da. Come on. Da. Accent that. Beep, ba da da. I'll have this be ba be da da. One, two, three, ba da. Boom, like this. We da dee da. I'll scoop into this. No, I won't. I like it just straight on. We da. I'll have a breath in between. Ba. I'll make this short. We da we da ba do ba dee da dee do da. I like that. Okay, perfect. So let's keep this going. The next chord here is C. I'm just going to keep this for the brass at the moment. I'm just going to copy this. I'll select it and I'm going to hit R on my keyboard, move it over one to the right. I'm going to hit Shift, transpose. And I'm just going to move this actually. Let's go up a fifth, a perfect fifth. Just taking some shortcuts. I'm going to remove the dynamic markings here. Let's hear how this sounds like all together. Like this. Nice. And I think I've heard this twice in a row now, so I'm going to change it up for this next time. I think for this one, I'm going to actually move it down here. I'm just going to change up this little voice leading moment over here because it's going to give a little passing chord into this. It's going to act as like the 5 of. You hear that? Happy birthday. I'm gonna give them a little breath now. The trombones, beat da, like this. 1, 2, 3, beat it. I was just singing the melody, like this. Bo, beat it ba da ba do, beat it. I'm gonna give them a little. This is kind of an interesting choice here. Let's make that a D flat. I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So I'm just going to harmonize the target like so. Now over here, I'm I'm going to add a little slur. So this is going to act as kind of like a sus4 flat 9 moment. Now with these guys over here, I'll just harmonize these as leading into this note chromatically like this. And then you guys remember that explode trick from before? Check out how easy it is when you've got these harmonies. Again, moving notes, select, cut, explode like this. Reset note spacing together. Oh, you know what? This D over here, that's kind of a problem for this D flat, don't you think? Beat it up, we. So I'll make them go up, and I'm going to remove this slur over here. And I'm just using the same voicing as I used over here. Guide tones and a color tone on top. We. Bum, beep, beat it, dee, dee, dee. I'm going to use this from before, but it's going to be the voicing that was too crunchy the first time, because now I think it actually makes sense to use it. So I'm going to move this up a minor / diminished fifth. I'm going to have to change the what's it called? It's enharmonic spelling, which is really easy. You just select the notes and you hit enter on your keyboard. It's really, really quick. Okay, now I've got these long notes over here. I think it would be nice to have the trombones do something with the trumpets in the harmony. Bo da 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 da. I can give them that little melody. Bo sounds like it starts with an F. Bo da 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 D. Like this, da D. I'm just gonna harmonize this. I think in triads, honestly, it looks like a nice moment for some triad pairs. It's gonna start low, but it's gonna go into the right register in just a quick second. Like this. And I'm gonna send this, explode it, keep it selected. I'll start at piano here, and then I'll grow to a mezzo forte like so. And because it's actually like coming out of kind of a forte moment, and I should actually make this, I think, forte because it's kind of higher. So I'll just add a forte there. And I'll make this subito piano, which means it's just Italian for suddenly. And now over here in the trumpets, I'm just going to do this triadically. And this is going to really, first of all, that triad is going to make the trumpet sound like $1,000,000. The trumpets kind of love being in triads like this. And I can do the same trick as before, select, cut, explode. And on that note, I think I'm going to make that forte as well. And then I'm just going to give the trumpets unison for this part. Something that's kind of a nice thing to do as well is to split up the trumpets like 3 up, 1 down, 1 up, 3 down. Tons of options here, but this guy on the bottom is just going to add a little bit of weight and support. You'll see when I hit the playback in just a quick second. But to finish this up, this little E over here, this is going to act as kind of like a sharp 11 sound on the B flat. Kind of like so. I'm going to explode again. Voila. You hear how strong that sounds? And I think it'll be nice to have the trombones meet in the middle here with the trumpets. Be-da, ba, we-da. I'm gonna have the little scoop action over here, which all the brass will do together. And then when I harmonize this for the trombones, I'm just gonna give them the first top part of this triad. And I'm gonna make this mezzo forte again because we don't need to be like screaming. I'll give a little diminuendo over there. It's kind of nice. Now we go into B flat minor. And I'm just gonna give the trumpets a break, and I'm just gonna give the trombones a forte piano on a whole note for a triad here, like so. Forte piano crescendo. And then they're all going to play these voicings together nice and big, tooty. Okay, but this is B flat minor. Okay, so B flat minor. Like this, just triads. I'm keeping it nice and easy for now, and they're also going to sound like really powerful when I write them like this. Okay, I might go into some four-way closed voicings over here or into like a different style of spread voicings. I'm going to work from the trombones first and foremost. So over here, I'm just going to build up from the root. I'm going to go up to the 7, 3, 9. Then I'm going to go to the third, 7, sharp 9 over here. Like this, select, explode. And now you can see here that I've got this crescendo happening. I'm going to include the bass trombone on this. I'm going to put forte here, like so. And then in the trumpets, I'm going to start off with this triad. I think I'm going to kind of complete the triad down here. So that'll be a G. It's a rare moment where I'll have the trumpets spread for more than an octave. Now over here, I'll just get a B flat triad. And then you have B flat over D7. It spells out a really, really cool sound, which is just D7 sharp 9, flat 13. Okay. And now this line over here can be unison. Boo-doo-boo-dee-doo-dee-doo-da. But I think I might start harmonizing it over here. Boo-doo-doo-dee-doo. Boo. But also, I think I'll start with the trombones over here as well. So this is just going to go up to the 7, then this is going to go up to the third, the 13 over here. Have nice voice leading like this up to the 9, right? So I've got that A flat there. So I think a natural 9 and C7 is going to bring out that flat 13 nature. Select, explode, voila. Just so you can hear what the trombones sound like, it sounds like this. All right, so here, oops, just started from the beginning all of a sudden. That was my bad. Now, I think I'm trying to figure out if I want to start the harmonization here. And I think in order to figure that out, I'm actually going to have to harmonize the trumpets starting here. So this last note right here, this is going to be an F7. I'm going to do a sharp 9 voicing. So I'm going to have a minor triad on top. That's where that sharp 9 is going to come in. In this bottom part of the voice, I'm going to have like nice and big. I know it looks red at the moment. Sibelius is telling me it's out of the range. That's just because I haven't exploded it yet. And so now that I have this target here at the end, it's going to give me more information for what I want for the rest of these voices. Okay, so you can see the voice leading here is like really nice and pretty. But because this is out of cadence, it gives me an opportunity to actually change this up a little bit and to change the octave. So I think over here, if I went up to like the D, it goes into that A nice and pretty. So over here, I can go up to the F, right? So I'm just going to start with the E flat triad, F, and the A over here. I think I might actually view that as kind of like a F over A. And then this is going to be kind of like B, D, da, da. I think that's kind of a nice like little G minor moment here. And I'll have B, D, da, da. Like so. Okay, so B, D, da, da. I think I'll do a forte piano over here as well. And then back to forte over here. And then I think there's enough going on where B, do, da, ba, da, dee, like this unison actually makes the most sense to me. So I'm now going to just select this, hit cut, hit explode. And now this bottom part of the line from before, where I remember when I said that the bottom octave of the trumpets adds a little bit of weight, that's really, really nice. Well, I still think that that's true. So I'm going to keep it like that. For this chord over here, I can kind of keep this triadic, but I want to make sure that I'm getting some of these nice moving parts in. So this D feels like it could go nicely over there. Be do dee do 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 dee do dee do 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 do. So this is a little bit like, you know, I've got one note that kind of repeats. It's not the end of the world, honestly. It's something that I typically try and avoid, but you know, if I can't avoid it, it's, you know, I don't kind of like kill myself over it. Be do dee do. But also, like, I could kind of keep these voices a little closer together and make it like so. B, B, and keep it like this. That way, this chord isn't such a leap. B, D, da, B. Let's just hear what the trumpet sound like here. Ooh, that's nice. With the brass all together. Sounds pretty good to me. Now let's see what this whole melody sounds like together, just in the brass orchestration. going to pause it here because I think that when the trombones vanish all of a sudden, which is intentional, I wanted to give them that rest. I think I can actually harmonize the trumpets a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to make this a nice little C7 voicing. And I'm keeping this nice and easy. The only thing to consider now is that these guys are moving a little bit. And so I might want to harmonize this as well. So I'll make this a C13 voice. I'm just going to return to and I'll have them return to unison over here. So I'll erase this as well. Harmonize this. I'm just going to do four-way closed position voicings. Again, I'm just going to basically approach this target note from beneath, like so. Now this will be D flat. Like this. This is going to be just kind of like C sus landscape. But I've got this C7 over here. So I'm just going to keep these voicings parallel. And then here, I think I have enough room to do actually a nice open voicing in the trumpets. Like so. So let me select that. Go down, hit explode, reset note spacing. And I think I'll actually just come into unison over there. So this voicing over here. So I've got some repeated notes here. I can actually slide in from the bottom. This is a nice moment for a trick like this. B. So I'm just prioritizing moving lines now. Yeah, and we'll swallow this note a little bit. B, da, da. I can even make this like an X notation if I really wanted to signify that they should swallow it, like ghost it almost, but I don't think it's necessary. Here's what it sounds like now. I think I'm hearing something slightly different here. So I'm hearing this on B4. Ba-dee-da. So I'm going to make this eighth notes. Ba-da-da-dee. I'm going to have everybody step up to the next note in kind of like the triad pair. So this is going to be an E flat triad. Like this. I think over here I can actually have the bass trombone stop as well. Stop that bass line figure and just play this nice and long with the rest of the trombones. Yeah, and the only thing I'm thinking now is that I can actually add some rhythm to the bass trombone here. Bo-bo-da-dee. Bo-ba-doo-da-da, bo-be. It's like sort of like this. Bo-ba-doo-da-da. Kind of like this. Bo-ba-doo-da-da. A little bit of a forte piano here. It's pretty short, but it's okay. Bo-ba-doo-da-da, bo-da. But maybe over here instead of forte piano, I'll just put mezzo forte. Like so. And now I think it's done. One more time. The only thing I'm thinking, last but not least, is that I think it'll kind of be nice to have this tension of the E triad over the B flat triad over here. So I'm just going to put the trombones on a B flat triad like so for this whole measure. And let's hear what that sounds like. Yeah, that's so much cleaner. Sometimes simpler is best. All right, everybody. Well, look, short video for today. If I wanted to take this to the next step, what I could do is I could kind of like actually even repeat this whole chorus right here. And then maybe like I'd have to remove this triad, this like really high note in the trumpet so that I could actually like, keep it going and keep the energy up. But then add in the rhythm section, figure out something for the saxophones to do that, kind of like maybe goes off of the call and response kind of vibe. But for now, I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight into how I might explode and expand on the harmony and how I might voice that out for the ensemble. So that's it for today. If you guys want to download that template, the big band template that I was using, it'll be downstairs in the description below. Downstairs, all you need to do is just walk down into the description. Oof, excuse me. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your week and cheers. Peace.